WWE Games lets you, the player, be a jerk quite often. I've done a few videos about this before, and sometimes it goes well enough that you get rewarded for it, and other times being a jerk leads to something bad happening to your character. And as the title of the video says, there have also been some times where you used your wrestling video game IQ and did something smart that was also a bit of a jerk move to do. So here are the 7 ways you were a smart jerk in WWE Games. In the season mode of the first SmackDown vs Raw game, if you are neither a champion or the contender during the month of June, you will be confronted backstage by Shelton Benjamin, who you will be facing later that night on Raw.
Hey, I see we've got a match tonight. You know, all I keep hearing about is how you're supposed to be this amazing superstar, but I haven't seen anything from you that impresses me so far. I don't care what you think. I'm the most skilled superstar to ever set foot in the squared circle, and I'll prove it to you tonight in a submission-only match.
Now Shelton, to be fair, was being quite a jerk himself there, so you were given the decision to just let him walk away and make the match tonight a fair match, or get an early advantage by beating him up backstage. Being the smart jerk that you are, you of course beat Shelton Benjamin up.
Would you look at that? Attacking him from behind!
Well, he was provoked. I can't say I blame him.
When the match starts, you will see Shelton limping towards the ring.
Shelton Benjamin is obviously still feeling the effects of that vicious backstage attack.
You will notice that Shelton's health is on full yellow, giving you that early advantage. With it being a submission match, you can easily get the tap out now, and save a bunch of time that would have been wasted had you just let Shelton go in peace. Now, in WWE Universe mode, you can play it in one of 2 ways, I feel. You can play it as kind of like the booker of the shows, and watch it all play out, or you can play through it as a single superstar, and have a career mode of sorts. Back in WWE 12's Universe mode, there was #1 contender matches for championships. There was also the option to interfere in matches, and you probably have a good idea where this is all going. If you are the champion, you can choose to interfere in #1 contender matches and take them all out, making the match a no contest with no winner. If there's no #1 contender, then that means there's no title defense. It is a genius way to stay as a champion for a very long time, but it is a total jerk move to do. I hope you're happy with yourself. In Edge's Road to WrestleMania storyline in SmackDown vs Raw 2010, you'll be confronted by Mr. Kennedy and the GM of SmackDown, Maria.
Edge, your persistence to win me back is heartwarming. It really is. Like that gift you left for me that was wrapped in the paper with the little hearts on it. So cute. You should have seen how snug it fit. The way it hugged my hips and really pushed up my... Well, you get what I'm saying. Unfortunately, you'll never get to see it. What you will get, however, is a title match at WrestleMania for winning the Royal Rumble. You've earned that, but trust me when I tell you, it won't be easy.
The steel cage will then come down, and then you will see a button on the screen. If you press the button, you will enter the ring and battle it out with Mr. Kennedy inside the cage as the show goes off the air. However, you can choose to just let the cage come down and do nothing at all. If you did do this, then you would have seen this cutscene of Edge explaining that he's not being drawn into a fight tonight and will do the fighting on Sunday at WrestleMania instead. A smart but jerk move to do.
You two should be locked in that cage together, kept secluded from society, because you're both out of your minds! You think I'm going to jump in there for a meaningless brawl days before WrestleMania and risk injury? Think again, losers. My goal has always been the same. To walk out of WrestleMania with the WWE Championship, and that's exactly what I'm planning to do. I can wait 2 more days to get my hands on you, Kennedy.
The WrestleMania main event is now set.
No Mercy's Championship mode is full of choices and branching storylines, and one of these storylines is probably my favourite example of being a smart jerk in the entire video. If you choose to go down the European title path, you'll be confronted by Shane McMahon, who will ask you if you want to team up with him. And he guarantees that if you do, he will help you win the European Championship. If you do agree to team with Shane, then you'll get a bunch of easy to win handicap matches. This all happens until Shane gets a title match with the European Champion, with you being the special guest referee. Now if you did help Shane win the match with some shady refereeing, then all you would be doing is setting yourself up to be betrayed by Shane. You can however totally reverse the situation by turning against Shane first and making sure he loses the match as the referee. After doing that, you and Shane will be finished as an alliance and you will actually get a fair shot at the title 1 week later. Now that is using your smart jerk powers for the good. In SmackDown Shut Your Mouth season mode, you will have a match against Ric Flair on Raw if you refuse to join the alliance between Vince McMahon and Ric Flair. However, there is a stipulation for this match. The loser of this match will have to be the winner's personal assistant. If you win the match, then on the next episode of SmackDown, you will see Ric Flair backstage. You can either tell him to call you Mr. whatever your superstar's name is, or you can tell him to go and wrestle your match tonight. Being that smart jerk that you are, you of course told him to go and wrestle your match for you, whilst you have a break and don't do a single thing whatsoever. If it is any bonus, Ric Flair actually did end up winning that match for me. Raw 2 season mode will let you pick what you wanted to do during each show, and one of the things you could do was set a trap on any superstar. It's a totally random outcome of what will happen. Sometimes it will hit with different objects, sometimes it will miss, and sometimes it will even hit someone else by accident. The risk, however, was definitely worth the reward, as you can constantly set traps on your opponent before the match, and then have a much easier match, though I'm sure your opponent will be left wondering, why do things keep dropping on my head? And I'm left here wondering, why have I not been arrested for dropping things on their head? And lastly, in SmackDown vs Raw 2006 season mode, there will be a storyline where Teddy Long gets run over by a mystery person. You're left wondering for months, who's done it? As time goes on, you will win the Royal Rumble match, and then in one of the 2 scenarios that happens, you are found to be the one who ran over Teddy Long. Teddy Long can't fire you because you won the Rumble, and are guaranteed that title shot at WrestleMania. But he will use all of his powers as the GM of SmackDown to make sure you don't make it to WrestleMania, by putting you in insane matches every week on SmackDown. Meanwhile on Raw, Triple H doesn't want you to come over to Raw to face him at WrestleMania, so he helps your situation out on SmackDown, in hopes that you won't choose to come over to Raw. After teaming up with Raw's Triple H and Chris Jericho, SmackDown superstars will attack them, with your character running away.
Where's he going? Looks like he's bailing out in a hurry. JBL and Cena are beating the hell out of Jericho and Triple H, and their partner got the hell out of the ring. Can't say they didn't have that coming, Cole. You stick your nose in SmackDown business, you gotta expect to get it broken. And the #1 contender ain't dumb. He's got a title match at WrestleMania to stay healthy. But which title will it be? Will he endure Theodore Long's challenges to get a WWE title match, or run away to Raw and face Triple H for the World Heavyweight title?
You will now have to decide to either stay on SmackDown and keep dealing with Teddy Long's crazy matches, or you can run away to Raw and stop it from continuing. You are a smart jerk after all, so of course you'd run away to Raw. However, Chris Jericho isn't so pleased to hear this, as he has now lost his #1 contender spot for the world title.
It doesn't take a genius to figure out why I'm here, so I'll get right down to business. Triple H, as you know by now, I'm coming for your World Heavyweight title this Sunday at WrestleMania. I got tired of playing Teddy Long's games. In fact, there's only one game left for me to play, and that's you, Triple H, the game. So if you've got the stones, I'm calling you out for a WrestleMania preview right here, right now.
So you're calling out Triple H? Is that right, Junior? What are you gonna do? Finish the job that your SmackDown pals started on him last Thursday? Well, you might have come after Triple H's title thinking he was easy pickings. But first, you got to face Y2J in a no disqualification Iron Man match right now. I'm gonna take you downtown to Chinatown And by the time I'm done, you won't be in any shape for a World Heavyweight title match this Sunday. Which means I'm gonna get my title match at WrestleMania after all. And we'll never, ever have to see your face on Raw again!
And that was the 7 ways you were a smart jerk in WWE Games. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe with notifications turned on, and I'll see you all in the next video.